we are. Okay. Hello, YouTubers, and once again, we're back. Welcome to Checking In With You. And I'm Kim Loy.
And I'm Felicia, and I have my Bible today.
She got that
Bible. I haven't said that in a while lately. Got my Bible.
All right. So today, our title is Beating the Odds. Beating the Odds. Babe, what you think about that?
Well, in regards to the shutdown, I'm sure that's what you're leading up to.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what this conversation is going to be about today. Some ways of trying to mitigate all these issues that we're going to be facing way ahead. So that's what this content today is going to be about. Basically what you can do to try to sustain yourself during this crisis. Is probably going to be a lot of stuff that come up from Project 2025 that a lot of us don't realize is ready to take place in the way ahead.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. So without further ado, we're just going to start from the thought process of what's going on and what should we do about it.
That's right. So my Bible verse is Proverbs 21:20 says, "Save wisely. A wise person stores up vulnerable resources." Okay, so it's very important that we take this new administration very, very serious. So one way of beating the odds is maybe downsizing or due to moving in with other family members. Can you tell me why, babe, that might be so important?
Well, of course, you're going to be moving in with family members if this voucher with the Section 8 is impacting you and your family. I actually can take this personal because I do have family members, that's had the support for many years, and a lot of people is making this controversial because they're saying that there's been cuts and the program is going to be slashing and cutting back on people that are actually on the housing vouchers. However, their new administration is going to be trying to change that by exiting people off of the program and then bringing in people on the waiting list. So I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that. So yeah, that's correct. It's a lot going on right now.
It is a lot, especially with so many government workers. 750,000 government workers have been furloughed, and the prices of food is going up, and EBT cards, food stamps are now going to be cut. So, and I think from what I heard yesterday, a lot of food banks are supported by the government. They're not going to be getting funding, so food is going to be pretty tight.
So the best thing for someone that needs support with food is, what do you recommend? Go to, because most people go to the churches.
Yeah. Most
people go to the helping ministries.
Right.
I know where we're from, they have a Salisbury Helping Ministries. Most local agencies in your town have those type of support systems for feeding programs. I don't know. It's just basically get on your internet, get on AI, find and research some things where you can find like support for food, any assistance that you may need. The internet is a good resource.
Yes, it is. Now, there will be hundreds of churches. I know that they will be stepping in now due to this process that's going on. We're definitely going to need a lot of churches, a lot of volunteers from the churches, of the churches, to help a lot of homeless people, because there are a lot of homeless people who have vouchers, and their benefits are going to be cut. So
probably because they've been on it too long.
Yes, yes. And I'm telling y'all, this is very, very serious. I had never thought in a million years that my own family. Keep in mind, I have family members also who will be affected by this.
By this cut.
Yeah, definitely will be. So,
Okay.
we had talked about this in March.
Right after the new administration came in, we did do a video on it, but we didn't release it right away because we wanted to monitor how things were going to be looking way ahead. And now it's come to this. We're about almost at the end of the year pretty soon.
Yes.
And now it's taking that long for it to start trickling through.
That's right.
So yeah, that's one thing we wanted to mention. And then what's the next thing? You mentioned what's happening in 2025. We just touched on the housing voucher, the Section 8.
Yes, that Medicaid's going to be cut. I know yesterday, which was on October the 14th, there was 1 million people who was declined on their Medicare. 1 million.
When you say Medicare, you mean they would decline to get like surgeries done, or
They got letters. They got
See the
letters
doctor?
for nursing homes having surgeries. We even saw a lot of patients at a nursing homes now. They're having to have their family to come get them. Yeah, because as Medicaid does not pay that bill in the nursing home, your family has to come up with the extra funds. Yes, so a plan has to be made. So if your family does not have that extra income, that means that family member in the nursing home, they have to go start living with their family members.
So the elderly is impacted, basically.
The elderly is
the vulnerable
impacted.
community, the most vulnerable people are being impacted by this administration.
Yes.
So moving on to the next topic, we mentioned what you can do. Have we mentioned what can you do? If you don't have the funding to support this, it's kind of like a crisis.
Yes,
right
it
now.
is a crisis.
So
Yes.
what are what can you do to kind of like ensure that you're taking care of your mental health, and in the event of what's going to happen with this crisis, what can you do to make some things, I guess?
Okay.
Can you go over some things that everybody that's maybe watching this content that could probably, and I'm pretty sure they're doing it now, but just to remind them, what can they do to lower the cost of living, things like that?
Okay, yes, definitely. Just like my wife said, lower your cost of living. Try not to overspend. Definitely try to save $1 or $5 every week. Have some type of savings. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that small amount of money it can add up when you really need it. Okay.
And also get with family members. It's not a time to be proud now, because now
Definitely
these
not.
conversations that you don't want to deal with family members, you got to humble yourself. If it gets to the point where you can't handle things, don't close mouth, don't get fed. That's what the saying say.
That's
so,
right.
I see here on your list you said move into cheaper housing to get roommates is a possibility.
Yes.
Downsizing to reduce rent, utilities. Use free transportation, food pantries, and community kitchens. So we did talk about that.
Right. With your mental health, since Medicaid is not going to be paying for that either. Okay, this is the time that you get with your families, and you guys sit down and y'all talk over different issues. Everybody needs help. And there's sometimes situations that may put a person in a crisis. When it's mental, that's the time, when you have a family member who can help that person, it is needed. It is needed because this is the time that the devil is going to be fighting this entire world, and it's going to happen. And I'm telling you now, it's even going to get worse in 2026. It's just starting.
Okay, well, that's some good takeaways. Earn small, consistent side income. You said something about try gig work.
Oh, yes.
Be creative. Basically, be creative on how to earn and manage more income for yourself.
Yes.
Skill sets that you have. Maybe you want to try to use some skill sets to increase your ability to make money.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. If you have to work a second and a third job, hey, do it. Do it just.
You have to survive.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out your way.
Yes.
So
yes.
I see here, not to cut you off, use local resources and programs.
Yes.
Check in with your city or state. Most local levels have like city and state resources for everyone to exhaust to help them figure out what they need to do if a crisis is starting to impact you right now. That would be like we had talked about earlier, the churches, organizations, friends, close friends, or somebody, friends of friends that know who's who to help you get a lead on what to do if you don't know.
Right.
Check on each other. Try to get more involved in checking in on each other, because a lot of times we grinding and working and we don't have time. But this is a time where you have to be more intentional about checking on each other.
That's right.
To make sure nobody's really, I don't want to say is panicking, but you want to make sure somebody's been talked to or checked on at this point.
That's right.
Because we're going into the holidays right now, and this is the worst time to have to deal with government shutdown issues, because the holidays can be bittersweet for a lot of people.
That's right. And then keep in mind, even though the government workers are furloughed, it also impacts the people who are not in the government, because keep in mind, as the tariffs hit, inflation rises, food costs rises. You have private companies who now have to lay off workers at private companies. Okay, so I'm telling you, it just doesn't.
It's not just the government workers.
Right,
It
right.
impacts a whole variety of
Right.
different jobs.
It hurts everybody. And take this time to not hide what's going on to your kids. I think now is the time to sort of explain to them, what's going on. And I know, that it's very, very sad to do that. Yeah, but now you have to, these kids, they have to know, what's happening. Yeah, so that
Most kids
so
pick
that-
up real fast. They pick up on what's going on around
Yeah.
them. But yeah, you're right. You gotta
Yeah.
talk to have your own family check-ins and conversations. 'Cause
Right,
that's
right.
very much gonna keep y'all, the family together and on one accord.
Mhm.
I see here, that's a good takeaway. Use
Okay.
local resources. We talked about that.
Uh-huh.
You said build a micro safety net.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's more about saving, some kind of way of saving any amount of money. Learn
Yeah.
a trade. We just touched
Right,
on
right, right.
that.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
stay vocal and informed, which we said check on each other.
Right.
Try to make sure everybody's mental health is intact.
That's right.
Talk to each other, call, message, text. I'd rather call, but most people now don't do calls and text and all that.
Right. And then also, since this is happening now, you have to start a backup plan now. I wouldn't wait. I would start now. Where are you gonna go just in case your housing disappeared tomorrow? Because keep in mind, Section 8 vouchers, they're getting letters.
It's hard to believe you will have to. America has gotten to the point
Yes.
where they
Yes.
support people as far as low income. I ain't gonna say people like I was in that situation at one point in my
Yes.
life. So I have so much empathy for this because, as you all know, everybody don't have the funds and money. So that's a resource that everybody needs for support. And right
Right.
now, it's gonna come to the government is taking it away. So
Right.
it's gonna be like a crisis in a way because that's the SNAP program, the Section 8 housing, all of those programs is there to help the vulnerable to survive and sustain. And right now that's looking kind of wishy-washy.
Right, and it was also proposed. Did I say that right? Proposed.
Proposed.
Yeah, proposed.
Well, we know what you mean.
Yesterday, that Social Security disability is now being cut. So
That's more like when people have worked and they got hurt on the job and then they
That's right.
file a claim to get some kind of income.
Right,
But that's not the same as Social Security income.
Right,
The SSI
right.
is more geared to disabilities and people with elderly, the elderly population.
Right, yeah. So what they're doing is from the age all the way up to 50 to 60 years old, they're going back into your medical records. And if you can work, they're going to cut your Social Security disability benefits. So, so just to be aware of it. So I think we've covered everything. What you think, huh?
Yeah, you did cover the key things. So yeah,
Okay.
final thoughts is just be strategic and plan and connect with people, communicate your issues.
Sorry about that.
Make sure you're not keeping this all in, and just make sure you are advocating for you and your families to make sure y'all have a plan.
Right. My last solution to this, and I'm not. No, I gotta be honest. This is the way that I feel. Sometimes the Lord let things happen. When we as people have taken Him for granted. When you're able to wake up in the morning, we don't give Him the praise. And I truly think over time, a lot of us, we have forgotten about the Lord. I have in the past caught myself. I would go maybe 5 days without even praying, and didn't even realize, if it wasn't for Him, I could, be gone.
Yeah, the gifts, those gifts,
Yeah.
like waking up in the morning, the small gifts that we take for granted, breathing, seeing, hearing, the things that everybody probably take for granted. It's best to just give thanks and praise when you do, because this is bigger than us. Everything God gives us, He's fair to everyone.
Yes.
So I agree. We need to give Him more, more praise. And
Yes.
glorify Him more, so that when things like this happen, it has to be this to lead to that praise.
Right.
Don't get me to preaching, but it usually when when a crisis happens, that's when all of a sudden our focus shift to our spiritual connection, when that should be a daily practice,
Right.
each and every day. Not just like, I ain't gonna, say I'm perfect, but I'm just getting also better at my own accountability with my spiritual relationship. So we challenge you to do that. Don't just wait till a crisis happens.
That's
Always give the Lord his glory and praise.
Definitely.
Because every day is a gift.
Yes, it is. And so far as that, he will fix this stuff, but he's gonna let us suffer some, okay? But until next time, for all those who like our content today about beating the odds of the government shutdown and what's happening to our entire nation, give us a thumbs up. And anything else, baby?
And if you all want to get in our comments, any feedback, we know a lot of people don't have a lot to say. They just want to take it all in.
Right.
Just for any kind of comments you might have to raise, get in our comments. We welcome your comments and we will address your comments.
All right, I like that. So until next time, see you later. Checking in with you. Bye.
I thought this was supposed to be like a practice.